what's up? So, just went to talk about my camera project. And I've had a bit of a problem recently. So I've recently made this, by the way, I'm on my way to Athlone by Israel. So like I said, I made this GoPro helmet mount, sort of what I've claimed to be universal, which it is if you use a GoPro. However, I also claim that you can use it with a cell phone, and so I tried it out today, and then that's where the boob happened. So what happened? The cell phone came loose and almost went flying away. How did that happen? Okay, so the mount itself is good, works 100%, no problem. So when I use my GoPro, it doesn't matter what, no problem. Okay. Now when I use the cell phone, the first thing I noticed was that I heard more sort of wind blowing, which means that the camera is obviously now getting more wind than a GoPro would, because it has a larger surface area. Let's say about 4 times, so that would mean about 4 times the force, basically. So yeah, so what broke? What happened? The thing that broke was actually the double-sided tape that holds the bracket to the camera. So that double-sided tape actually sort of appeared to, break, like you tear plastic or tear something. You were to try to tear the double-sided tape, but very hard to have to pull. So I don't know if it was a loose lot of force or what the hell, because that would imply a hell of a lot of force. So I need to rethink that one. Maybe the double-sided tape is just getting older now from all the force. So I'm thinking I need a different way of. I either need to use a very, very strong glue. And because it's mounted on the side basically, so it's on one side only, so that force and make the thing really now permanent. It's not going anywhere. Or change the way the mount works. So I've had another look. Actually, I've seen on Team there's a special going for a very nice one for 115 Rand. However, we have to wait 2 weeks. So the whole point here is that I want to get the cell phone going, because the cell phone has a lot of benefits that the GoPro don't have. So just to name a few, it has a much bigger battery or longer battery life. Even if you're recording video for, let's say, at least 3 hours, whereas a GoPro usually lasts about an hour and a bit. The storage, this particular phone that I've got has 256 gigabytes of storage, so I normally go at about a gig an hour, so that would imply that I could store 250 hours, 200 and whatever hours of storage on this phone. In addition, if I have a GoPro, cell phone, smartphone, on my helmet, then I can also live stream straight from my phone. So because your phone it has GPS, 4G, 5G, whatever. It just depends on the towers when you're driving or riding. I must actually check it out in the car, but you can live stream, and I'm a live streamer, so I do like these hockey video productions on the side. We actually live stream from the home field and the away field. In the away field I use my cell phone, so I usually like buy enough data for all that. Yeah, so the data cost there can be, but look, that's not really a big cost for me, especially if you're attracting a lot of viewers. That 150 rand for 15 gigs or so is like really not that much. The other thing is that the cell phone has other things, like has Bluetooth, so at the moment I'm using a cable thing. I do have sort of a smart sunglasses which I can put into my helmet, which have mic, which I'm yet to test out. I just can't find the bloody thing. But I do also see on Temu they've got these very small wireless mics. You can actually have two, so you can have two into one device. So if you have a pillion, they can also talk. You can maybe hear them. Then wireless is much better, because every time I get on the bike I have to wire this, wire that, check this, check that. Whereas wireless, you can just leave it connected all the time, and that is yeah, just like when I get on the bike I feel that I have to connect this thing, connect the phone, blah blah blah, a lot of things. Maybe can all be sorted through the 360 camera, but okay. So a lot of things you can do with a cell phone that a GoPro can't do, and I like to have that functionality. I'm a type of guy that I would like to live stream the day job as it's happening, you know, and then I want to live stream 3 hours of it. So that is something that I think can attract like viewers type of thing. My goal here is not to attract views. Well, everybody's goal is to have more viewers, but the main thing here is that, you know, the experimentation, and better quality videos attracts more viewers. And I will speak about my other learnings of having YouTube videos for a couple of years, but not regularly, and my experience and what I think can and cannot work in terms of the videos that you make. That's for another video. So that's about it. I don't think I'm gonna show the whole trip to Vegas, but that is my little beef that I'm having at the moment with this video stuff. Oh yes, forgot to mention that the other advantage of cell phones these days is the camera quality. So I think smartphones these days, the camera quality is just very good. I have actually an old camcorder, and I compared the quality of the camcorder to the quality of my smartphone, and the quality of my smartphone is much better, especially at night. And you have options with the smartphone. The smartphone comes with 3 different lenses, sometimes wide angle, etc, etc. either wide angle or it would be like narrow angle, high resolution. Your smartphone, I suppose, if you had either a heads-up display or some sort of a controller, you could even do things like zoom. Yeah. So a lot of possibility there. Also, I'm collaborating with a few guys to make our own 360 cam. And but I'll only do that when I get to 100 views. 100 views is all it takes to make my own 360 cam. This includes using an ESP36S3 cam microcontroller board with two 180 degree quite expensive cameras, and making the whole thing work with your Bluetooth devices, as well as internet, Wi-Fi if you have Wi-Fi available. I don't know so much about the 4G, 3G, GPRS functionality, but there's definitely room for that. Also spoken to a programmer, a C programmer, because that's the type of program you eventually need for this type of thing. I'm not a programmer, but there's a lot of libraries and stuff. I know the basics of programming, but I don't know programming languages. So watch out for that. When I get to 100 views, you know I'm back. Or subscribe and help me get there, because it means that it gives me the urge to spend the money to buy the parts and to speak to the people involved, to make this thing happen and to make it the best sort of camera we can make it, given the current technology and the knowledge, available technology that we have. Also for sports, because I'm very into sports productions. So a camera, if it's 360, you don't need to rotate it so you can follow, and if it's high res, 5 megapixel, you don't have to, like you get PTZ cameras, it solves the problem of having PTZ functionality and having, well, also building some AI to follow the ball on the field. So that's the view, and where it uploads automatically into a cloud. That's the sort of functionality we're looking at. And I've been within our reach. So thanks guys, watch the space.